Hello and welcome to STEM with Mr N's Robot Review, in partnership with robocube.co.uk, your destination for everything STEM. This week I'm going to be creating, programming and testing my own design of Clicbot. Let's check it out. A few weeks ago, I introduced the Clicbot starter kit on this channel and built the two pre-programmed robots Bic and Back that are already built into Clicbot's brain. But one of the great things about Clicbot is its versatility. There are thousands of different designs you can make, especially as you get more of the parts with the other kits. So this week, I decided I would have a go at using the Clicbot app and designing my own Clicbot. I'm then going to show you how you can program it, and then I'm going to test my Clicbot to see that my programming works. To start with, I'm going to open up the Clicbot app, which I am already signed into. From here, I'm going to click on Connect to a Clicbot, and it will look to see if there are any Clicbots that are using the Wi-Fi that my tablet is connected to. My Clicbot is already connected to the Wi-Fi in my house. And this is one of the downsides of Clicbot, as it requires a QR code to connect to your Wi-Fi, and this is something that was not with my Wi-Fi box. However, I found a way around that and I managed to get the head of my Clicbot connected to the Wi-Fi, and that means I can connect it to my tablet. Now that my Clicbot and my tablet are connected, I'm going to click into the workshop, and up in the top right hand corner there is a small button there which takes you into the option to create your Clicbot. When you click in here, you will see any robots that you have already designed, but down in the bottom corner there is an add button, so if you click on that, it takes you up to a fresh page to start creating your new Clicbot. You'll notice that right now in the middle of the screen there's just a brain, because that's all I have in my hand and that's all that's connected to the tablet. I'm now going to start piecing on the different modules to make a robot which I'm going to call Tailbot. This is because it's going to have wheels at the front and a tail at the back, which I will later program to have wagging. You'll notice that as I add each module onto the brain and then onto the previous module, they are now popping up onto the screen in real time. So every time I add something, the tablet automatically shows me what I have added. Once my robot is built, I can spin the design around so you can look around the entire creation that you have made, and as you make any changes, it will automatically change them on the screen. In the corner there is an option to say that you are happy with your design, and there is an option to save your design and give it a name. So I'm going to name mine Tailbot 1. Once you've finished designing your Clicbot and have saved it, it automatically takes you to the page where you can program it. Just under the picture of my robot there are 3 menu options and motion is selected. This is the one that I want to be starting with. Because I have not yet created any motions, there is a button in the middle of the page for me to tap to start creating motions. Once I tap on that button in the middle, you will see that I now have 3 different options, and I'm going to focus on demo motion and rotation motion. I'm going to start with rotation motion. This controls the spinning of my wheels. Again, you will notice the design of my Clicbot is in the middle of the page. To select the part that you want to control the rotation of, you just need to tap on that part on the screen. So I'm going to tap on the right wheel, and then down at the bottom I'm going to drag the bar from the middle up towards the right until it gets to 50%. You'll notice that my wheel now has green arrows on it, and this shows the direction that the wheel will move in. So it's currently showing the right wheel will be spinning forward. I'm now going to select the left wheel, and I'm going to do the same thing with this, only I'm going to drag from the middle section out to the left until I get to 50%. Again, arrows show up on the screen on that wheel and also show that that wheel is spinning forward. In the bottom left hand corner there is now a play button. If I tap that, it is going to test the rotation that I have programmed. So I'm going to tap the play button and make sure that my wheels are spinning forward. Once it's tested, you hit the pause button down in the bottom left and then go up to the top right if you're happy with your design to save it. Tap save and give this motion a name. I'm going to call it forward. Now I'm back to that main page where I can do the programming, and you'll see that I now have a circle which says forward at it, but I also have a create circle to the left of it. I'm now going to tap in that create circle, go back into rotation motion, and this time I want my wheels to spin backwards so that my robot is able to reverse. Again, I'm going to tap the right wheel on the screen, but this time instead of dragging the bar from the middle to the right, I'm going to drag it to the left so I can see backwards arrows on the wheel. I'm then going to do the same with the other wheel, dragging from the middle bar to the right so I can see backwards arrows on that wheel. Both of these I'm setting at 30% so that it doesn't reverse as quickly as it drives forwards. I'm going to push the play button down in the bottom corner to make sure my wheels do spin backwards. Then I'm going to hit pause, and because I'm happy with the rotation, I'm going to hit save and call this one reverse. I'm going to tap back into create, and this time I'm going to click on demo motion. In demo motion, you can control the movement of the different modules by manipulating them with your hands. Again, you see my robot is in the middle of the screen, and I am going to set my robot to be able to turn left by taking hold of the wheels and turning them to the left hand side. Then in the bottom right hand corner, I'm going to tap the plus sign. This adds this motion. I'm then going to tap the clock just to the left of the plus sign. This adds a wait section to the programming. I'm going to click then on the clock that's been added to my bar on the left, and I'm going to drag it to the right so that my clock will wait for 3 seconds. Then I'm going to straighten the wheels back up and click add again. This means that my wheels will turn to the left, stay like that for 3 seconds, and then they will turn back to the middle so that the robot can do a bit of a left movement. I'm going to hit save up in the top right hand corner, and I'm going to call this one left. I'm going to go back into create, back into demo motion, and this time I'm going to do the same as I did last time with the left turn, only I'm going to turn the wheels to the right. The last bit I'm going to add for this design is a tail wag. So I'm going to go back into create and back into demo motion. I'm going to move the modules to the right hand side of the robot, tap add. I'm going to drag them back to the left side, tap add. Drag them back to the right, tap add. Drag them back to the left, tap add. And then drag them back to the centre. If I test this, you'll see that my tail is now going to wag. Now on my screen I have the range of different motions I've programmed: forwards, reverse, left, right and tail wag. You'll notice just above these there is an orange play button. So I'm going to tap that, and this takes you into the different controller options that you have. Down in the bottom left hand corner there is a circle, and tapping this opens up the programmed motions that I have just created. I want to find a controller which has enough small circles for me to fit in these different motions. You can choose your controller by swiping left or right. At the very end there's one with 6 circles for me to use, so that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to drag my forwards up to the top middle, reverse to the bottom middle, left to top left, right to top right, and tail wag to bottom right. Now that my robot is built, my motions are programmed, and I have fit them onto a controller, it is time to test my robot. I'm going to tap forward, and you'll see that Clicbot drives to the other end of the room. And when I tap reverse, it immediately starts reversing back towards me. Down in the bottom right hand corner there is a stop button, and this is how to stop any of the motions. If I tap forward and tap tail wag, you'll see that the tail wags as the robot moves forward. Now that I know my forwards, reverse and tail wag are all working, I'm just going to drive Clicbot around and test it out. So let's see how my driving of my own design worked out. That was great fun testing my own Clicbot design in my son's playroom. The left turns and right turns don't work quite like I thought they might, but that is one of the great things about Clicbot. Not only can you create your own design, but because you're creating your own programming, there is a lot of scope for testing, going back, changing things and testing again. These are valuable STEM skills for children, because one of the important things about working in any STEM career is that ability to design or create something, test it, analyse it and see what worked or what didn't work, and go back and try and fix these things that didn't work and improve on what you had. And that is what I will need to do with my own design of Clicbot. Well, that's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I've certainly really enjoyed getting to create, program and drive my own Clicbot design. A huge thank you to robocube.co.uk for partnering with me on these robot review videos. You can subscribe to my channel by pushing the button here. You can check out my other robot review videos here, my other STEM demonstrations here, and my STEM career interviews here. This has been STEM with Mr. N's Robot Review in partnership with robocube.co.uk.